Well, hello, Internet, and welcome to my 30-day guitar challenge. I have absolutely no experience playing instruments, and I always thought to myself how awesome it would be to be able to subconsciously be able to play guitar. And this, over the last 30 days, I spent every single day at least 2 hours a day in my free time. And I'm going to show you some different tips on how I fit all of this playing in throughout my day. And I'm going to show you all the tools I used, what I liked, what I didn't like, what's free, what isn't, and all these other different things. I'm going to walk you through my progress over the next 30 days. One thing, first off, is Justin Guitar is free, and it is absolutely awesome. I actually got the app, and here it is. And I worked through all 14 modules of the app, and it is super awesome. The app is free for 30 days, and if you get it on, it's on Android and iPad. And I worked through everything, and it's just a super awesome app. I really, really liked it a lot. And what's neat about it is you can go through, this is like the end of it, but basically he just walks you through step by step, and it's basically like having a guitar teacher available to you anytime, anywhere. And like I said, it's free for 30 days, which is super awesome. If you don't want to use an app, you just want to use a website, which you can also use on all your devices, he also has a course. And all of this stuff is 100% free. And you can just walk through the videos. And as we go through, let me just skip up here to something. All right, so he'll go through so much. He teaches technique and all of these different things and different chords, and you can just click on all these different things, watch a video, and then down here he has all different types of things that you can play, and then you can also set it up so that you can do different activities. Like, let's say you want to learn how to better transfer from the F chord, which is ridiculously terrible, to G chord over and over again. You could set up all little activities, and there's all kinds of tools and things like that. I also used some of Justin Guitar's things for memorizing apps. They're actually iPhone apps for memorizing where the notes are, and also for chord transitioning and a whole bunch of other different things. So there's a whole bunch of free stuff on Justin Guitar, which is ridiculously awesome. Something else that I started using but I didn't really spend a whole lot of time with is Guitar Tricks. It's free, or you can get a refund after 60 days or something. I'm not sponsored by any of these organizations, by the way. And you can go and take lessons, and it's really geared towards teaching how to play songs. Another thing that is free also is Ultimate Guitar, and it has tons and tons of tablature that you can play along with, and I found that to be extremely useful. Another tool that I used, which is kind of similar to Ultimate Guitar, is something called Guitar Pro, and it also has a whole bunch of tablature inside of it. I was just mainly using it for Justin's different tablature he provides, and then you can raise and lower the speed, which you can also do on Ultimate Guitar. And then the last thing that I used, and what I really utilized a lot in combination with Justin Guitar, was Musician. And it's really what Musician's really great with is drilling in and making sure that you actually play the correct chords, that you actually play the correct notes. That's something that Justin Guitar doesn't do. It doesn't hear your playing and tell you if you're making errors or not. That's really the only downside that I saw of it. So I can just walk you through, and you can see my day-to-day progression now. All right, so here I am. I started off after 2 hours. I was working with Musician, and this is Ode to Joy that I'm playing, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. And from the very beginning, I tried to not look at the fretboard. I know you just saw that. But either way, so this is day one after 2 hours, how well I was playing on Musician. And here you can see is day two, and I'm getting a little bit better and still using Musician, still trying to learn where all the notes are. And here I am on day three. I mainly just focused on Musician in the beginning just to get the chops down. And as you're going to see, I go from rather slow videos on day 3 to day 7, playing a pretty fast song. And I'm making a lot less mistakes now. All right, so I finally found my kryptonite. After I learned the notes pretty quickly. I mean, I was playing a lot. But then I came to the D minor and the F chord, and whole day, just these two chords trying to get them. All right, so now what I decided to do is basically start over from the beginning and learn all the notes and stop using tablature, because I read that that is extremely important. And in about 3 days, I memorized most of the notes, so I didn't have to look, as you can see, and I'm playing pretty hard songs. So, pretty happy. Now, you may have noticed that whenever I was playing my videos, that all of a sudden my guitar changed. Well, what I would recommend above all else is shopping local, because you can often get used guitars for dramatically cheap prices. And what you specifically want to do is ask the person at the store if it would be possible for you to take the guitar home, play it, as long as you don't damage absolutely anything, and return it if it doesn't work out for you. And you can then exchange different guitars. Now, of course, you wouldn't want to take advantage of this and drive the person nuts, but it would definitely give you a major opportunity to find the perfect guitar. So what I started off with, I thought was really cool, and mainly I liked it because of the way it looked, but I couldn't really play it the way that I wanted to. And then I found this crazy thing. I didn't even know what it was. It's called a traveler guitar. And what's awesome about it, you can see how tiny it is. Basically, the headstock's off of it, and it's combined to this little tiny thing. What's awesome about this is it's super light. It weighs like 3 pounds. And then on top of that, you can take it anywhere. You can store it in the baggage area for an airplane. You can easily throw it anywhere. It comes with a little case. And I just loved it. And I would have never, ever come across this idea and seen how awesome it was. And it plays like a regular guitar. It sounds like a guitar. It's a guitar. This is a guitar. It's just cut down to its bare minimum. All right, so now I got my notes down, and now I started to focus hardcore onto chords. And here you can see I'm practicing again. All right, so over the last 3 days, what I decided to do was to go and mess around with some apps. And then what I ended up focusing in on is the Justin Guitar app, because he is known for being an amazing instructor and is an amazing instructor. And I worked through, well, you can see modules, I worked through 8 modules in 3 days. And what I think this app really does extremely well is the instructor is way better than musician. I'm no fault to him. I used another one, Guitar Tricks, which I'll talk about later. And just Justin's fantastic as an instructor. And this course really zooms in on a lot of the mechanics that musician misses. And it also really drills in and makes you considerably better at transitioning between different chords and learning about strumming patterns. The one negative that I would say about this course, I mean, there's a ton. I went through all 8 of them. There's more. There's 14 total. And I may try to get through this. And you should try it out. And I'm not sponsored by any of these people that I'm using, and because it has a 30-day return policy. And you can just see like an overview of what it looks like to play it, and it gets into ear training and a whole bunch of different things. I said there's one negative. When you mess up a chord or you mess up a note, the app doesn't know you messed it up like musician. All right, day 17, and here we are learning power chords, and I got pretty good at them. And so I got my power chords and my cowboy chords down, and now it's on to move and learn something else. And that something else was learning a ton of scales as well as arpeggios and a whole bunch of other music theory. All right, on days 20 through 22, I decided I wanted to do something really awesome. So what I did was I completed the first 5 of 10 parts of Musician, and here I am playing the hardest song from the total of the first 5 of 10. And got pretty good at it. There's a lot of hammer-ons, pull-offs, and a whole bunch of jumping around on the fretboard. Alright, so then what I decided to do was jump back over to Justin Guitar, and I'm getting into some blues riffs here that sound pretty cool. And I was using Guitar Pro for this, which is a pretty fun little software application to play around with. So that was my 30-day guitar challenge. Over the course of the 30 days, I learned how to play and know where most of the notes were without looking on the fretboard. I learned the Cowboy chords, which are basically just the general chords that you use, which is C's and G's and D's and all that stuff. Sus chords, power chords. Kind of learned the slash chords. That was the last thing I did. And there's like so many of them. I think there was like 19 of them. I didn't know them all. And I got to the point where I could just read tablature and play. And I think it was a major jump start to everything that's going to come forward. Because really what I need to focus on now is just transitioning between chords quicker. I already know where they're at. I just need to be able to transition faster. And if I could increase my speed at transitioning by less than a second, it's going to dramatically increase the ability of my guitar playing and all of the different songs that I can play. And then also I need to work on transitioning between playing chords to playing individual notes. But I already know where the notes are. I already know where the chords are. I just need to get faster at them. And so I consider the 30 days to really be a success. I'm not, Eddie Van Halen by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like I'm down the right path. So hopefully that helps anybody out there either get in jumping in and learning a musical instrument or doing anything. If you just devote 2 hours every single day for a month, I think that you and anybody can accomplish just about anything. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and like always, please leave your questions and comments down below. Otherwise, till next time.